every month. They've picked out a win here and there just to keep their heads above water. And yeah, it's a great opportunity, isn't it, to try and get a bit of momentum going into what would be two very tricky away fixtures before the Easter festivities. Obviously Boston and Stockport, very tough places to go, but yes, it would be a great opportunity to get a bit of form in the running. You mentioned obviously the previous meetings between the two sides.
Yeah, both these sides will be eagerly checking to see what is happening, won't they, up in Lancashire in the suburbs of Preston this afternoon, where Chorley face Gainsborough Trinity, and both will be hoping that they can take some points, Chorley against Gainsborough. We have kick-off here then at the New Bucks Head, and Hutchison wins his header again. Telford on the ball though with Dwayne Samuels on this right-hand side, on the halfway line. Checks back onto his left foot, goes along, Lilly gets the flick on, but it will go straight through to the goalkeeper Nathan Vaughan. Telford then are unchanged, wide to Tyler Weir. Worcester advancing forward on their left-hand side. Weir goes back into Murphy, but good, strong defending that from Gianluca Haven, the Telford captain, who wins the ball. Now the ball switched down to this right-hand side with Zach Lilly going down the byline. He's got the fullback Tyler Weir with him. It comes inside to Conor McCarthy. McCarthy lifts the ball to Hughes at the back post. Hughes with the header, comfortable enough save for the goalkeeper Nathan Vaughan. Really decent games for him as Kieran Keane picks the ball up. Here is Jackman popping up on the edge of the penalty area. Jackman pops it back to Tyler Weir now on the left-hand side. Now it's back with Danny Jackman on the left. Decent ball down to Kieran Keane. Keane is with Dwayne Samuels. Plenty of bodies forward. Hutchison, the ex-Telford man, is in there too. And it comes, Hutchison's up there, he can't get there. It's a decent strike. Oh, it's just wide. It was Nelson Addy on the volley, on the edge of the penalty area. He spreads it wide now to Tyler Weir. About halfway inside the Telford half. Weir comes inside to Musqui. Musqui lays it off to Jackson. Jackson into Murphy. Good football this from Worcester. Murphy on his left foot gets it across, and Telford just about managed to get the ball away. It was really good football though from Worcester City. Decent one-touch stuff and nearly opening up Telford there to get the likes of Hughes and Lilly and McCarthy in behind. They have a throw-in on this near side, taken quickly. Samuels into Eddie Jones now with his back to goal. Jones has to go back to the halfway line to Bailey, who then launches the ball in. Hughes is under it. Hughes with the header. Just wide. But decent header in the end from Hughes. It was nothing more really than an up and under from Ben Bailey. As Joe Fitzpatrick into Lee Hughes on the edge of the penalty area. Hughes turns inside out into Jones. He's got Lilly inside him, and Lilly couldn't quite get a touch on the ball as Jones put the ball across. No chance of Lilly getting on the end of that one, and must have it back. It now falls to Musqui. No flag from the linesman. Kuda Musqui on his debut. Good defending. Actually, I think it was Eddie Jones who was getting back to try and pull it. Telford have it. Zach Lilly, 30 yards from goal, plays it into McCarthy, into Marsden, back to McCarthy. Good football. McCarthy now with the strike, but looked to go near post, and Telford's packing the penalty box as Bailey throws it in. It's flicked on. It's come off a Worcester man, and it will be a corner to Telford. Dielna and Marsden. They're complaining that Worcester haven't gone the full 10 yards. It's Dielna with the corner. Oh, and it nearly breaks to a Telford man. Now Lilly on the 6-yard box. Lilly turns, tries to make space, but again, so congested in there. So many bodies. Still, though, they haven't got the ball away. Worcester frantically trying to clear it. They eventually do with Murphy, who then looks to play in Musqui, his strike partner, but a little bit too much on the ball. And Callum is a lively player. Ebby Nelson Addy. Kieran Keane then finds Jordan Murphy on that far side. Murphy looks to come back inside, does he? No, he decides to go for goal, but rather scuffs his shot. You probably know what's coming here. It's Ben Bailey again. In it goes. This time it's a flick on from Fitzpatrick, but again, Worcester defending these long throw-ins pretty well at the moment. Bailey now, though, just lofts the ball back in. A sea of bodies. Vaughan goes up for it, and Vaughan plays to lift in the free kick. Plenty of bodies forward, looking for Hughes. McCarthy jumps up, tries to get there, can't do it. Park in Lancashire. Chorley leading Gainsborough at half-time thanks to a goal from Jason Walker, and that just raises the stakes, doesn't it, for both of these two teams here. But it is coming back at the Worcester goal. It breaks to Hughes now. Hughes, and Hughes will be so disappointed. It was almost a one-on-one there. Gianluca Haven Haven lifts the ball into Hughes. Hughes tries to nod the ball down to Joel Dielna. Dielna will keep the ball in play. It's back on his left-hand side now for Telford. Dielna takes on Nelson Addy. Does well. Dielna cuts inside onto his right foot. A really poor effort. But Telford in the ascendancy at the start of the half. Hughes on the edge of the box, but he's been adjudged to have handled the ball by the referee. Simon back to Keane. Good interplay on that left-hand side for Worcester. Keane goes inside to Jordan Murphy, who's dropped a little bit deeper. Murphy comes back to Jordan Keane. Good play this from Worcester, who have passed the ball nicely at times when they've actually got the ball down and moved it, and they've looked quite lively. Here now is Keane again on the left-hand side. But a good challenge by Luca Haven, who's had a very good game this afternoon. The Telford
excellent
captain.
challenge.
Yeah, he's had a really decent game. Throw in, however, has been taken quickly, too quickly in some respects for Worcester, as one of their players was still down on that far side. Rather aimlessly, the ball goes into Callum Burton, and Telford throw the ball out quickly and now mount a counter-attack. Conor McCarthy running towards goal. McCarthy still 10 yards from goal, but McCarthy can't squeeze the ball through. He's on that right-hand side. Hughes now, edge of the penalty area, cuts inside. Hughes just overruns it slightly, but then a tackle from James Chambers just took the heels of Lee Hughes as he tried to run past him. Chambers doesn't agree with it a few moments ago. Will it be Marsden? Will it be Dielna? McCarthy's walked away. It's Dielna who comes up, steps up, decent strike, but punched away unorthodoxly by Nathan Vaughan. It's now a header from Fitzpatrick as the ball drops. Keep the ball in. Telford have it with a throw-in on that far side, and Dwayne Samuels will take it. Samuels goes down the line looking for Lee Hughes. He must be feeling tired, Hughes. Third game in a week, 40 years old. In it comes to Wilson on the halfway line. Wilson, though, loses out. And Worcester have possession back with Murphy. Murphy finds Muskley. Decent tackle from Luca Haven to win the ball back. But Hughes looks so frustrated as another aimless ball goes forward that doesn't find him. And Hughes just hasn't been able to get involved in this game today, as Worcester now come again with Keane on that left-hand side. Telford struggling to shut down Kieran Keane for me on that left-hand side. Here he is again. Decent ball in. Muskley can't control it, but Nelson Addy will control it as the ball comes across the face of goal. Nelson Addy now lays it back into Danny Jackman, the midfielder. He looks for the run of Kuda Muskley down the middle, looking for Lee Hughes, and McCarthy's in there, and poor goalkeeping. It breaks to Marsden now. Great opportunity. Marsden scores! And Telford have the lead. Dreadful goalkeeping from Nathan Vaughan. A terrible defensive error from him. Came out, didn't get there. The ball dropped in the end to Marsden, who took a touch and drilled it hard and low into the empty net. Awful goal for Worcester to concede, but Telford, crucially, have the breakthrough with 8 to go here. It's Telford.
Very tight, but for me, perhaps John Luca Haven has been...
Worcester have made a change, by the way. Jackman's gone off. I think it's Ben Tilbury who's come on. I'm just waiting to see. In comes the free kick from Keane, and now the header. I think it was Hutchison, was it, at the near post? Wasn't far away. It just looped up.
Be enough for 3 points, but oh dear. And the ball strikes Lee Hughes at some pace, and he drops instantly to the floor, but he's back on his feet.
Yeah,
high drama there.
Worcester have it, but it's at the wrong end from their perspective. The right end, as far as Telford are concerned. It's back in the Worcester penalty box with Nathan Vaughan. It's a poor clearance from Vaughan, actually. He gets away with that one, but it does fall back to a Telford man now with Marsden just inside the Worcester half. Marsden is going for the corner, can't keep hold of the ball though, and Gallagher brings it away, but here's Elliot Hodge, who's just come off the bench for AFC Telford. He keeps hold of it on this left-hand touchline. He's got Joel Dielna in support, comes inside to Fitzpatrick into Dielna. This is good from Telford. Dielna to Wilson now into the penalty area. Wilson, and there's Westwood. Oh, and it was a wonderful chance. It must have been the goalkeeper, Nathan Vaughan.
I think they have. Is exactly what Rob Smith would have wanted.
Yeah, the goal from John Marsden with about 5 minutes remaining has won this game for AFC Telford United, as the referee Simon Mather blows his final whistle, and it's a huge 3 points for the Bucks, who are now virtually there in terms of safety this season. It's been a great week. We always knew it was going to be a big week, this one, for AFC Telford United, when we came away from Brackley.